Hey everyone, Steve the Amateur Historian, how y'all doing today? Just remember, if you like what you see on my channel, you like this video, you like my other stuff, go ahead and subscribe because I'm posting all the time and I'll give you a lot of stuff you like. Remember to like these videos because we all know that's helpful. And I also have a Patreon, links in the description, if you want to hit me up and help me out that way. I've even got an Instagram linked to every video, so you can go check my Instagram out as well. And other than that, thank you so much for your support. That said, let's get to today's video. It's a very peculiar sky. It's so funny seeing so much blue ahead of me, and yet it's like really dark and frightening. Ooh, we got our Halloween getup in the front yard. Made that happen. We're doing our, I shouldn't say we, because I'm not doing any of the work, but each year we, the royal we household, turn the garage into like a little mini haunted house type setup. And I thought about doing this last year, and I might do it this year now that I'm thinking about it going in. Because last year, literally the day after they took that all down, because that gets built and left up for like, you know, a month or two. And they're thinking about leaving it up even longer. I was thinking about doing a series of videos about just kind of strange, and not just necessarily for Halloween, because I'm probably not going to even really get anything done and uploaded by Halloween since it's already mid-October. But just, I could do like a series of videos where I go in there and use that scenery to tell these like strange stories about things that have, you know, Oregon-centric. And like, I found some Reddit posts people have posted about weird encounters that they've had in Oregon, and you know, just something for fun, a little, you know, like another little extra thing I can do. So I'm contemplating doing that, among other things. And that being said, I'm out for my first, you know, I guess you can call it a therapy walk. They're really just walks at this point. Boy, it's happening. We're entering, well, not really entering, we're already there, but the feel of the autumn season. I have no idea where I'm going. I'm just out here and walking and trying to get my steps, trying to get my exercise, and weaning off the weightlifting for a few days. Like, as a guy who's never really been one to, got some creepy stuff locked up in there. I mean, look at my muscle now. Like, that's about as big as my arm muscles have ever been. It's not like I'm muscle wasted at this point. And I've been, you know, doing the weightlifting. And actually, yesterday I didn't really weightlift. I don't know why I said I didn't really. That's like a carryover from my very introverted past where I know something to be true, and yet instead of saying I didn't do that, I say I didn't really do that. That's like a weird introvert thing that I do subconsciously, and I get annoyed at myself when I do it. But anyway, whatever the case, this shoulder, when I laid down to go to bed last night, that shoulder was all jacked up. And I don't know if I sat weird, if I did some weird abrupt motion, but you know I've been talking to you about I've had, like, you know, body soreness, body aches, off and on. And I think it was from, you know, kind of letting my muscles die, essentially. And now, like, they're more sore than anything. Like, I've strengthened them up, but I've been kind of overdoing it. So I'm going to pull back a little bit and keep doing the walking, the stretching, and other stuff. And, you know, the objective is to constantly keep getting healthier. Even as we go into this crappy part of the season. What the hell? I'm just like by the old folks home here, and there's just like somebody just was like, you know what? I don't need a printer anymore. And just it's interesting, you know. In the city of Portland, you find crap tossed aside all the time, but the circumstances of where I am and what the item was, that was interesting. On another side note, I guess this is just going to be me talking about my health and my feelings. I actually, because I haven't run, jogged, whatever, regularly since I was about 22. And I got in really great shape. Best shape of my life was when I was like 20, 21 years old. And obviously at 34, almost 35, I'm not going to eclipse that. But that's obviously not the objective. I'm still, you know, plenty young enough to be getting to some really good, healthy shape. And, you know, every time I've started running, you know, it's like a diet. I'll jog a little bit off and on for like 3 or 4 days, and then it's gone. And, you know, usually I can't last more than 3 or 4 minutes with that, especially when I've been in worse shape in the past. But I usually can't last more than a couple of minutes, and I'm just like, I need to stop. And yesterday I was in the backyard, and I just decided I'm going to start jogging around the backyard. And I made it about 6-7 minutes. And even by the time I stopped then, I wasn't really wheezing. I wasn't super winded. I was just, you know, a little bit. So, you know, I've been walking a lot. I've been strength training myself, and I've been strengthening my legs. And, you know, the fact that I can jog now better than I could when I was like 28 says something. So I'm going to start interjecting jogging into like my backyard walks. Maybe out here, I guess when the weather's in a setup where, and sorry, of course there is a little bit of wind, so, you know, inevitably my audio is going to get a little screwy. I still have this old tape block, but I think it actually, because it's all folded up and old, it kind of serves to more funnel the air into the microphone than away from it, because I notice even the slightest wind tends to mess with the audio on this iPhone anymore. But yeah, I'm going to start trying to jog again, now that the weather's getting crappy. But, you know, I ran cross country back in high school, and I was real bad at it. But I've set, you know, a little objective, a goal, if you will, to just start, you know, jogging a little bit more, and getting more into it, and obviously continuing to exercise and strengthen myself, and in this case, my legs, and my endurance. And I want to, what is with all the crap people are like just discarding? What is this? We've now got a like a kid's seat, I guess, for when they're eating. Just kind of chilling out on the corner here. Anyway, so my goal is to get to a point where I can run like 3,000 meters, because that was the races we used to run. 3,000 or 5,000, but hey, I'm working my way up. Get to a point where I can, well, essentially get to a point where I can run steadily for 15 to 20 minutes and see if I can beat my best race time in high school, which shouldn't be that hard because I was really bad at cross country. Not really bad so much as I just didn't put much effort into it. So that's something for down the road. And anyway, I'm on Market Street. I'm always walking this street. I don't know, I can't think of one nook or cranny that I haven't gone through in these therapy walks in terms of the area around where I live. I'm really starting to run out of places. And I don't want to keep using the scooters, the e-scooters, even though I enjoy them. They've become kind of a fun little whatever in my life, even though they leave me kind of stiff afterwards. They're just too damn expensive. Like, if I can get a scooter and shoot 50 blocks west and do it in like 7 or 8 minutes, and only you have to cough up like $250 for it, I'll do it, because that'll get me out of this area. It's just, this is the thing that sucks, and I talk about this, is I have to get through all this crap that I'm already gone through a million times before I can get to something mildly new. So, you know, the first like 2 miles I'm walking, I'm just burning out my freshest energy walking by the damn hospital again, or walking by the damn, I mean, actually, this is pretty lit. This garden this is just an open, my girlfriend told me that this area was an open field pretty much her whole life, and it's turned into this massive garden. Now that's lit, but yeah, I'm just tired of having to go through the same old stuff before I get somewhere. That's where the buses came in handy, and maybe if COVID drops enough, which I don't have a lot of faith in considering the time of year we're in and what they've said we have to look forward to in the late fall, winter time, but if it gets low enough, I might just trust going, you know, again, I was talking about doing like short bus trips, kind of gradually ingratiating myself back into that life. And I know I probably don't have much to worry about. There hasn't been really any cases of any substance tied to people on the bus. We haven't had any spikes from that. But I don't know, I'm still just not comfortable enough. And it's not that I don't think TriMet's doing probably a pretty good job. I know that they're like making you, like every other seat has to be empty, so they're keeping people 6 feet apart forcibly. It's not that I don't necessarily trust their ability to do okay at forcing social distancing and stuff. It's that I don't trust the people that take public transportation. I trust a lot of them, but there's always going to be those people that are going to be troublemakers. And I find one person coming on the bus who has the slightest cough, and I mean, let's face it, we're going into the cold and flu season, among other things. The first person that gets on the bus with a cough, I'm gonna freak the F out. You know, I know that is me letting COVID win, but I can't help it. I fought really hard, I bust my ass to avoid getting it at all costs. This bitch better stop. And I just, you know, I went to the Big Lots the other day, and the woman that worked there, as she was ringing me up, she coughed twice. And I was like, ugh. Now, granted, she was working a store job like that, and it seems to be about 80% of the people that work in, like, you know, retail or a store like that smoke. And so I'm guessing it was a smoker's cough, but still, you know, I'm just trying to protect myself, you know, and so far it's worked. So I'm choosing to not mess with success for right now. But I think if we got to a point where COVID was low enough, like back down to less than 100 cases a day for the state, which would probably mean only about 20 to 30 in Multnomah County, and it stayed that way for a little bit, I might feel a bit comfortable. The problem is, with how long it takes for the symptoms to show, you know, we could be experiencing a spike, you know, a week or two before we even realize it. It's a bunch of crap. Whatever, I'll stick to that philosophy. If the cases get low enough, I might start taking the bus. I don't know about the Max. The Max is a dirty, nasty, germ-filled hellhole in and of itself. And, you know, it's not really monitored. You know, you can easily get on the Max and not have a pass. And the only way you're going to get busted is if someone actually, you know, comes on and checks you for a pass, which happens seldom, you know, because they spread just a few of those workers out along, you know, all these Max cars. And I'm not doing the Max for a long time. Anyway, I'm just ranting and rambling my way through this first stretch where I already know what's around me and I don't give a shit. It's a beautiful day, my dudes. Crap. Walking back towards this stupid All Lives Matter house with their All Lives Matter trash can and their All Lives Matter Volkswagen bus. Crap. Yeah, what does it say on the back? Yeah. It says on the back, God says all lives matter. Lose hate, choose love. I love it when people use religion to try to counter the Black Lives Matter movement. Lose hate and choose love, and yet you're insulting an organization that has been hated and brutalized by white people since about as far back as we can remember. It's just, that's what happens when you have people that don't think. They just don't think. It's not that they, it's not that they just think incorrectly or they think in a misunderstanding way. They just, a lot of them don't think, or they just, they pick out, anybody that they want to believe is accurate. They just pick out whatever they say and just go with that instead of having their own line of thinking. And how do I know that? Because I used to be that way. And then I left home, and pretty much around the time I left home was when I started seriously changing. Started, thinking for myself instead of thinking what I wanted to think was right and what other people tried to convince me was right. And it's like, no, this is my life, bro. I'm sorry I'm being pretty chatty in this video. I've got so much I want to get off my chest about the world. But on another side note, before I start getting to something that might be remotely unique to me, and then I'll start wanting to focus more on that, I'm planning on, of course, if the videos end up being long enough, you may have noticed my last couple of therapy walk videos have been relatively long. The longest I've done, breaking an hour. And I'm going to go back to what I did last year, which was, if I ended up with that much material that I wanted to put in the video, I broke it into two. And my main reason for doing that is because there's so much, these therapy walks consist of just whatever I stumble upon and so many little random things that, if I do an hour-long video about one subject, it's easier to keep people's attention because they know it's all just going to be focused on that. And if they like that subject and like the way that I do it, they'll stay for the whole video. But therapy walk isn't just one thing. It's a succession of things. And I feel like cramming it all into one hour-long video, with how YouTube is, you lose, usually in the first 5 minutes, you lose a substantial amount of your viewers. And even if someone stays and sticks around, with a given therapy walk video for 20, 30 minutes, they might be like, okay, I get it, then take off, and then all the stuff that's in the latter portion of the video goes unnoticed. And in particular, it wasn't fun, but in my last video I did, the last third of the video was this drama of me trying to find an e-scooter and not being able to find one. And, finally finding one, and then the one I found was a piece of crap, but it's okay because when it died, I found another one. And it was just, I thought that was probably the most entertaining element of that whole vlog, but it happened at the end, so a lot of people aren't going to see it. But if I chopped that in half and made each video 30, 35 minutes, there's a much better chance of someone seeing that later stuff. And that's why I did that last year when I was doing these therapy walks. So I'm going to start doing that again if the video, if I only walk 3 or 4 miles and only have a 40-minute video. I don't even know how you get a 40-minute video out of 3 or 4 miles. But if I did, then obviously I would just keep that one video. But if it's packed, excuse me, then I'm going to just chop it in half and just give more. You're still going to end up with a 30, 35-minute video. So you're not exactly getting cheated on a given day. And I'll make sure to post them back to back. I'm not going to post one and then make you wait 3 days before you see the other part. That's just douchey. So, yeah, first part will be posted, say, on a Monday. Next part will be posted on a Tuesday. So they'll be boom, boom. So you won't have to wait forever. What in the world? What are you guys so happy about? There's all these random old houses in this area. Got me to thinking. A case in point, it actually looks like this one's being refurbished, which is nice, because usually they're just tearing these down anymore. And it made me think I could do a video, like I'm trying to think about what I can do near where I live. And I was thinking, a couple years ago I did a video about like the oldest houses in Oregon City, because I lived close to Oregon City, and Oregon City was super historic. But like, even an area like this, like I know I'm pretty much in Montevilla, and Montevilla's huge. I could like never traverse all the super old houses of Montevilla. It would take forever. But like, pick little sections, like this area, because I can tell it's mostly, newer houses, meaning houses post 1900. But there's these, these old ones peppered in, and some that are maybe like deceptively old, older than you'd think. Like this big old one right here, which looks like it's in good shape, but this honestly could be a really old house. I don't know if I should have tried going for a walk today. I was feeling good, and now I'm just feeling shot. And I knew with how sore right up to 82nd, I don't even know if I want to cross it. I'm just, I've gone pretty hard exercising. My arms are sore. And I knew I was going to be beat today, but I woke up feeling kind of okay. And yeah, I can feel it in my thighs. I just don't know if I want to go for a very long walk today. I was already not really planning on doing it, and then I woke up and I was like, just do it and see what happens. But I was more planning on waiting for like tomorrow or the next day to do a substantial walk. Ooh. Grass. Anybody in the mood for the fake stuff? Or some busted up stuff? I mean, it's free. You can get a Pabst Blue Ribbon with it. Yeah. Just not feeling it today, although look at this castle-ish building. I wonder what this is. I don't think it's a house. I didn't realize there were castle-like buildings in this area. This is a church, maybe? It almost looks vacant. Oh, okay. It's a Chinese Methodist church. It's a really cool building. Yeah, so it is a church. I was right. I don't know where that, like, really bad Arnold Schwarzenegger voice came from. Yeah, but I'm gonna start wrapping myself around, and I see some people up there. I'm gonna start wrapping myself around and start heading back home. So this is gonna be that much of a therapy walk today. It's gonna be brief. I can just, and with, like I was saying, my shoulder's a little bit sore, my arm's a little bit sore from exercising, and holding this phone is just kind of a pain. So, and my upper thigh, especially my left thigh, is feeling a little bit sore. It's just kind of, part of getting healthier is not pushing yourself too hard. And just being like, just keep going, you'll get through it, you'll be fine. And then next thing you know, I'm stranded 10 miles from home with like a torn hamstring or something. Also, I didn't realize they actually had him this far over here, this little grass alleyways. Anyway, I also, like I said, I ran yesterday for the first time in forever. And I ran in a few different spurts, and I haven't run other than like crossing a street or something in like a long time. And so, running has a much bigger effect on your legs and your thighs than walking. And I think, I ran longer than I have in a while, and it's just, I think that had an effect on me. Oh man, check this out. This is kind of cool. It's got like seeds, but it's like a the telephone booths in England is kind of what it looks like. Anyway, so I think I'm having the you haven't run in forever and then you ran yesterday effects, because my thighs, especially lower thigh, like right there, it's really sore. My knees are a little bit sore. All the stuff that gets, a little bit more of a pounding when you start running because your feet are, you're not just kind of casually going up and down, you're going up, down, and up, down. Ooh, mutts. So, I don't know if you can see, but there's a house back here. Yeah, right there. They have like, they made like, it looks like a pair of eyeglasses out of like shop vac hoses. And then there's like a lightning bolt over it. I'm wondering, is that supposed to be like Harry Potter's glasses? And then it looks like, this is a very interesting fence line here. Yeah, the people in this particular area know how to do things interesting. I'm seeing lots of little interesting things in this particular little area. Excuse me, tree. Which one is it? I know there's a street in that mix that I'm forgetting. There's like Morrison, Taylor, Sam, and Yamhill. That's the one I was also forgetting. Am I on Yamhill? Aha. Yes. I am on Yamhill. Never too late to remember. Am I right, boys? Ooh. Gonna cross here. Man, she looked like she was going somewhere important. The woman in that truck that just went by me, she had that look on her face like she just found out her boyfriend was cheating and she was heading over there to beat some ass. She had one hand on the steering wheel and one hand was just clenched in a fist. So, someone might be in some trouble. Yeah, I looked over and saw this Berrydale Community Gardens. This is probably by Berrydale Park, which Berrydale Park has a lot of sketchy customers, but hey, they have a garden too, so, you know, you take the good with the bad. Because I'm guessing the park is like right, well actually, I don't know, is the park? I think the park's like another block down. But yeah. Yeah, this is cute. This is cute. Berrydale community. So it's a community garden. So just like a lot of different people come out here and garden. That's adorable. Somebody left some apples out here. And a big mummy apparently. That's cute. Ah, we have an extension of the garden, it seems. That's nice. Just keep it growing. There's always weirdos in this park. I've had a couple times had some people follow me. But yeah, here's a... Hey, what are you doing, bird? What are you doing, bird? Man, people worked hard on this garden not to have you come and peck at it. I don't even know, do I want to walk through? It doesn't look like there's anybody here today. But yeah, this part of the park, and there's like a school right over here, but usually this part of the park, there's always some sketchy figures in this area, and it looks like we might be lucky today, because I don't see any sketchy figures. You know, this is a park, you know, this isn't far from where I live. It's got all these benches. This would be a good park to come and ride. There's just too many damn weirdos that hang out here. And I'm not talking about the people that look like weirdos. I'm talking about grade A nuts. Alcoholic beverages prohibited, so saith the sign. Got a pile of brush over there. Yeah, I love how this has got a lot, like, this has got the very old seesaw, pretty old slide, older looking swings. But more than anything else, they have an old school merry-go-round, just in case some of you youngins wanted to bust your teeth out. I'd be inclined to mess around with this, but Lord knows what's been on it. And I'm not even talking about COVID, I'm talking about just homeless people have probably slept on that. Just who knows what people have done on some of this stuff out here. Okay, I gotta trying to make my way to the passenger bridge and evade such a massive homeless camp up there. But yeah, last year when I was therapy walking, because those old merry-go-rounds are so hard to come by because they're, you know, dangerous. Oh, someone might crack their skull open if they fly off too quickly. And so I found one over in, I think, I may have still been in Southwest Portland. It was kind of where Southwest Portland, Beaverton, somewhere like that. So, you know, I had the opportunity to ride one then. And I'm at a playground all by myself, so I'm going to try to do something I haven't done in eons. That was dangerous. How you doing? Oh, I didn't expect it to take me off like that. Anyway, that was fun. Before someone calls the cops or tries to get me to see a medical professional, I'm gonna split. This guy totally thinks I'm following him. I keep encountering him. He turned a corner, I turned a corner. A few blocks later, we bump into each other at random. He started walking up the street, and as he got to cross back here, he like looked at me and he was kind of like, why are you still behind me? And then crossed, and then I crossed the street too, but just because I was going this way anyway. Paranoia. Oh no, I shouldn't be talking about paranoia. Brings up ill feelings. Oh no, could it be? What are you looking at, you ghost? Thinking you're gonna scare me? Not today. Still a pretty hefty size camp, but you know, in recent months they've been doing, you know, people in charge of like breaking up these camps, they've been doing it less and less for a multitude of reasons. And you know, it's like kind of good for the homeless, you know, like just, you know, I mean, they're probably pissing off the people on this block, this is an exception, but there's lots of places where they gather where they're not near people's homes and they're not bothering anybody. So it's like, let it happen. Well, I guess I have to go to Target now, because I'm right next to it. What is this? I am all eyes, I am all ears, I am the wall, and I'm watching you fall. That's uplifting. Small 205 in all its glory, or lack thereof. It's a pretty view. You still got the blue sky just kind of mildly evading the area. Smile. Don't tell me what to do. Really digging this conglomeration going on here. Tossing their goods up over the railing, I see. Oh man, at least these people have got pumpkins. It's pretty massive on both sides. It's interesting. Oh! That's mud behind you, Steve. Something I just noticed that's kind of interesting. I saw like 4 people that were, you know, living, 4 actual people come out, and they were all wearing sweatshirts that were like Champion brand. So I'm like, Do they just score a big bunch of clothes from them? Is Champion giving sweatshirts to homeless people? It's very bizarre that you see 4 people and they're all wearing like the exact same sweatshirt. Single color, the Champion logo across the chest. All of them. Well, that's a mystery to be solved. But a mystery to be solved another day by somebody else. Going to the Target, gonna have some fun. Going to the Target, gonna get a bun. Like, for a burger or something. Going to the Target, I like it a lot. Going to the Target, even though their stock usually socks? I don't know. I'm not a freestyle guy. I'm just going to Target. As usual, I bought more than I planned on buying, and this bag does not want to stay up. I'm just going to move them all item by item into the bag and then maybe carry my helmet in the Target bag. That's the plan. Of course, my shoulders hurt and I'm about to jam pack a backpack that rests its weight on your shoulders onto my shoulders. So, not very smart, but oh my god. They not only have my ginger beer, but they have it in massive stock. There's in the Target bag. I cannot get over how crazy awesome the sky looks tonight. Well, I mean, no, it's pushing 6. It's night. I'm closed, right? I hope so. Okay. I always wait till I get around this corner before I tug the mask down because you never know what you're gonna find back here. Oh no, he's making a run for it. I'm on to you. You ain't getting away from me. I'll let him get away. He's bigger than me. I'm headed towards the hospital bridge, hoping it's open, and I never noticed before. It's just kind of cool, this tree just kind of by itself. You know, what's left of it, just kind of sticking up out of the ground. I've walked by here so many times and never noticed that. Okay, so, I don't know. They have specific hours, but I don't really know what the rhyme or reason is. Like, I think it says that it closes at 5, but I've seen this gate open like well beyond 6, like 7 o'clock and stuff. It's open. Oh, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. Well, I'm dumb. I thought it was 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Because I'm dumb. Which is kind of interesting because, well, I guess it says unless closed for security reasons. So I'm like, I've seen this gate closed at like 5 o'clock on weekdays. But maybe there was a security breach. And so, yes, not much happened in this therapy walk. I tried to do as much as I could with it, but just feeling a little bit wiped out today. It's always tomorrow. It's always the next day after that. But it was nice to get out a little bit. It was nice that they originally said it was going to rain all day, but then they said it was going to taper off at the start of the afternoon. I was like, well, that works for me. Because I had one of those nights, you know when you have those, you'll have those dreams. Those dreams where the whole time you feel like everybody else is getting it together and you're not, and you're just like throwing your life away. And you just wake up depressed, even if it's not, you know, it's a dream. I had 4 of those in a row in succession. I don't remember the details of any of them. Now, I used to remember my dreams very vividly when I was younger, but once I got into my 20s, you know, it would have to be a pretty significant dream for me to really remember significant details. I just don't really remember them anymore, so I don't really remember any of the details, but I just know I woke up like 4 different times, and every time I was like, well, I need to go back to sleep, because I know if I go back to sleep, and I don't have one of those dreams, I'll wake up feeling a lot better than if I just woke up right now. I hate those dreams. So anyway, that led to me sleeping till like, it already took me, you know, a night and a day to finally fall asleep, but I ended up sleeping till about 2:30 today. Because I was like, I'm going to keep sleeping until I stop having one of these dreams. I'm not having the first couple hours of my day ruined by a pointless sadness that I know just comes and hits you in relation to some dumb dream you have. I'm going to wake up happy. And I woke up feeling okay. You know what? Not too damn bad. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And just pulled out of the hospital. I was about to leave on a high note, and then I see that and I think, well, somebody's got some troubles. So hopefully that's not a life and death situation, but usually when an ambulance gets called to a scene, there's something at least teetering on a life and death situation. And the old folks' home is dead ahead. That means only one thing. I'm almost home. So thanks for accompanying me on today's therapy walk. I know it wasn't as intriguing or discovery filled as is sometimes the case, but sometimes, you know, again, the whole purpose of these videos is for me to get out and exercise, and I vlog while I exercise to keep it from becoming monotonous. And so sometimes on a given day, the therapy walk is going to be predominantly just me walking around talking. That will happen from time to time, and that was made up the most of this one. But when I'm not feeling this wiped out, maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day, I'll try to do something with a little bit more meat on the bones, a little more substance. So all that said, as always, thank you for watching and supporting this junk and my channel on top of that. And I really appreciate it as I continue to try to grow slowly but steadily. And as always, remember to like, share, subscribe. Hit up my Patreon if you want to help out. The link to that's in the description for this video, as well as the link to my Instagram if you want to see some more stuff that I post. A lot of stuff I post there is in relation to what I do on this channel, and a few other things. Film stuff, pet stuff, funny things I see, what have you. But anyway, thanks again, everybody, for joining me today. And until next time, this has been Steve, the Amateur Historian. Okay, well, that's a bad omen for this vlog to end on.